Hi there. So on the 18th, we went over our chapter on emotion and motivation. We talked about intrinsic and extrinsic motivation and how they can arise from internal versus external factors. We discussed Maslow's hierarchy of needs. I'm looking at it right now, and the base is psychological. So food, water, shelter, and warmth. The one above that is security, safety, employment, and assets. Social is above that with family, friendship, intimacy, and belonging, esteem, self-worth, accomplishment, and confidence. And then the top is self-actualization or inner fulfillment, which is suggested that it is kind of it's very difficult to get to like self-actualization. We then broke into groups and talked about different theories: instinct, drive, incentive, motivation, arousal, self-determination, and humanistic. And mine was in instinct theory. So I talked about William James, who was from 1842 to 1910, as well as a little bit of Freud, and how their theory gets essentially tied back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, and that certain behaviors are innate and are due to evolutionary programming. On the 23rd, we talked about decisions involving what processes and like reasoning and emotions. We talked about the trolley dilemma and how people are less likely to make decisions that directly affect somebody because of them. And then something that stuck with me was it needs to make sense and feel good. And then something that I wanted to look further into was transcranial magnetic stimulation. I thought that sounded really interesting. Today I was a little bit late, and we were talking about food relationships and obesity, and then human sexuality and the emotional and physical aspects. I thought it was fascinating that the dopamine receptors decreased as people gained weight, but when they lost that weight, they were able to kind of readjust in their brain and kind of like come about again, which was neat. And then we talked about human sexuality. I think it would have been like a really fun talk to have a more lengthy discussion, but I liked, the making love and recreational sex and the healthy sex, and then unhealthy sexuality, and I thought we covered it pretty decently. So yeah, that's it.